Hello gang, welcome to the channel, and today we're going through a top 10 list after a while has been. And I have done combat type and speed type like a couple of weeks ago. I'm gonna drop down below in the comments the description for the top 10 combat and for the top 10 speed type, and now we're going into the top 10 blast type. We recently took some blast types, and the meta list on the top 10 blast types in my mind has changed a lot. So I want to put down all the 10 top characters that you should prioritizing for PvE, PvP, showcasing if they need their artifact and what CTPs are works better for them. So we're gonna go from 10 to 1 by one the characters and talk a bit about them. But before we go through that, I want you to make sure that you have smashed the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know down below in the comments if you have any other opinion about the list, what changes I could do, or what's your personal opinion, of course. Don't forget to hit the notification bell also, and if you want to get some crystals or if you want to get some friends for Marvel Future Fight, get some rifts, get some GBR, get some advices, down below in the description also there is always an invitation for you on my Discord channel. There are more than 600 people there talking daily about the game, flexing about what they had, from the RNG and their bosses of the day or whatever. So yes, join us if you want. So let's go one by one, and first it's the number 10. On number 10 we have Strife. This character came recently to the game, last 1 month, and he's all over the place. He's all over PvP. For PvE, yeah, he's not that good, but he's still good. It's the only character in the list that he's not tier 4, he's a native tier 3, and he is from the quest of Deadpool, so it's kind of a long shot to get him, but as you get him, he is the new Wasp. He has the passive ability, as you can see through his a uniform that provides remove all debuff to the characters in the group, so he potentially helps you having the remove all debuff without using a leadership. In the same time, he has a solid leadership, and even if he don't have any revives or even if he don't have the immortality artifact, he is really strong. His third skill on the manual can do miracles, can kill any tier 4 actually, and he's really strong. You can use him with multiple CTPs, like CTP of Conquest, the last we took, but Mighty Authority finds, Mighty Authority or Brilliant Authority, in my mind, it's the best option cause of the steal ability, because he needs some damage reduction if you want to survive and do some more killings. In the same time, his artifact is not a must-have, but if you want to be, at the top tier of PvP, Timeline Battle, or Other World Battle, or Alliance Conquest, Alliance Tournament, etc., you need his artifact. But he can work really nice without his artifact also. So that's why I believe he is at the top tier, and he is at least at top 10 of Blast type. So yes. Let's go into number 9. Number 9 in my mind is this girl, Blue Dragon. She came really early in the game from tier 4 wise, and the only problem always with her was her tags. She doesn't have the tags to participate into ABL and ABX, so she is a PvP and PvE character, so that gives her the ability to utilize a lot of CTPs. You can use her with a Mighty Destruction and have great results for PvP and PvE, and that's my best, for the best CTP I would go for a Brilliant or a Mighty Destruction. But other than that, you can utilize her for PvE with a Mighty Judgment. You don't actually need her artifact at all, it's completely unnecessary, and her damage is really nice. The really good thing with the tier 4s and Netmarble, after all these months, we have like 1 year and a half, the tier 4s, it's that the tier 4 characters has their own value still. There is no outdated tier 4 character. All the tier 4 characters are doing a lot of damage, and if you enjoy the character, if you like the character, you can go and build here and go through stage 99 of 99 of null even without her tier 4. She's really strong and she can use any CTP actually. The raid CTP, in my opinion, it's the worst for her. I would go for distraction first, judgment, and then energy for sure. You can also use her defensively and go through Alliance Conquest. There is a team up with all the Wars of the Sky that she is really good for it. But yes, I'm feeling like she's at the 9th place because of the tags as I told you in the start. So yeah, let's go to number 8. At number 8, it's the OG tier 4, and even if he keeps the damage he took in the start, he used to be like the number 1 character in the game, but now after all these updates and all these characters, he's falling behind a lot. His tags helps him with World Boss Legend, and also the fact that he has the old uniform turning him into a villain makes him a really good choice for early tier 4. Like in the first 5 tier 4 that you're gonna build, Iron Man gonna help your account to progress through World Boss Legend, to have a character for ABX and ABL, and he gonna serve you well. But in the same time, his damage is kind of outdated, his artifact is not necessary at all, and if you wanna use him for ABX and ABL or GBR, I would go for raids, mighty raids or normal raids. If you wanna use him only for World Boss Legend, Mighty Destruction or Mighty Energy could be the 2 CTPs that you could use for him. My boy Tony Stark is really strong still, and the fact that he has the ability, the passive ability with the 200%, basically it's on his uniform, this ability here that gives him, when the boss is below 30%, gives him 200% proc per month, gives him the opportunity to do a lot of damage, especially on World Boss Legend, where they have multiple phases that their bars are below 30%. So Iron Man, it's for sure a really good DPS, but he's falling behind from all these new blast types just came into the game. So yes, that's the number 8, and let's go to number 7. For number 7, we have Charles Xavier and Professor X. Professor X, it's really nice DPS. You don't actually need his tier 4. He can perform really nice at level 80 for World Boss Legend, but if you want to get maximum of his potentials, the tier 4 is a must-have. The fact that he is really hard to find his bios, but he can be free to play, gives him the opportunity to lead your account for ABL and ABX, very high level, For ABL, he used to be the best character to use for Mutant Hero Blast Day, but not anymore. He doesn't actually need his artifact, and a CTP of Judgment. He doesn't need his artifact, but it's really important. If you get it, your damage is skyrockets it, because you can use him as a leadership and take advantage of double support when in the same time taking advantage of your mind resist. So if you're unlucky with your cards, this dude helps you go through. Mighty Judgment or Mighty Raids is the best for him. Mighty Judgment for all other PvE, and Mighty Raids for ABL, where he used to be the best for. So yes, that's his place. Let's go to number 6. On number 6, we have Sarah Rogers, and Sarah Rogers is one of the original characters of this game. Her damage is out of your mind. You can do miracles with her at level 80. She can do damage that you can't even imagine if you play proper and do the 3rd skill, accumulate a lot of damage through it, and go through her skills or her tier 3. She can utilize a Mighty Energy or Brilliant Energy or a Mighty Destruction or Brilliant Destruction. It doesn't really matter. All she wants is the proc that these two have. Even with an Obelisk, she can do miracles. You don't actually need here artifact, and it's something generic with critical rate and critical damage on your instinct, and it's not important. Of course, see the bad thing, you know, about here, and the fact that I have here at the 6th position, it's only because she's a female and you can't really use her for multiple days of ABX and ABL. So if you build your Sharon, go through all of her gears and do her tier 4, you're gonna have a really good DPS for only World Boss Legend and GBR. You can't really go with her for ABL and ABX and get great results. That's why she's falling behind. Other than that, her damage is crazy, but her gameplay, it's kind of annoying, you know, waiting the boss to do damage to you. So that's why in specific boss she can do miracles, and some other boss she's struggling a lot. So yeah, Sarah Rogers, original character of Marvel Future Fight, being on the 6th place. So yeah, let's go to number 5. On number 5 we have Storm. Storm, it's a paywall uniform, and you can only get here on summer. Previously on this year she was available also, and she's going to be in like 10 months from now. But other than that, she is crazy. She can do ABL for 2 days, and she's still meta for that. You can't actually say that she's getting replaced anytime soon, because there's not a lot of female blast mutant characters that can do all these days that she can do for ABL. See, her damage is not close to Professor X. Professor X outscoring her for ABL, but the fact that she has 2 stages there, and the fact that she has the combat tag and these specific tags gives her the opportunity to be a lot used on World Boss Legend. You can utilize her with a CTP of Rage or a CTP of Judgment, and also her artifact is completely unnecessary. She's getting a damage bump, but still, she's not like she needs it. And her damage is really cool. Her speed used to be slow, but now she is really fast. She can move fast into the stage, and her, even if she's not, you know, Sarah Rogers doing way more than Storm, but the fact that Storm it's still meta after 1 year for ABL, you know, everyone who built Storm on 2022 still using her 2 days on the cycle of ABL. Yes, she serves well a lot of people I know. She's falling behind damage wise, and she's falling behind tag wise, because now we have Odin and you don't actually need her to progress through Mephisto and other stages. But still, you can't ignore the fact that she is the top character to use for a specific category of this game. You know, on PVE and on ABL, where is the top 16 character alliances from there going into the alliance tournament. So you need here if you want to progress through that and being in the top of the game of ABL and ABX actually. So yeah, let's go to top 4, and who is this boy? And he's Star-Lord, Peter Quill, no other than him. And yeah, the fact that he has all this tag, he can participate on Weapon Master, he can participate on combat, his damage is really nice, he got better damage than Storm. I could say he don't have better than Sarah Rogers, but in the same time, the fact that he is the only character that can do that many damage on ABL Alien Day gives me, you know, the opportunity to give him the top 4 rank on the blast types, because if you want to be at the top of the game for ABL and ABX, you need him to participate there as a, you know, as a Guardian of the Galaxy. For Alien tag on ABL, he can take advantage of both Groot and Rocket Raccoon, and he's the only other character. There is no other alien character that can go through ABL and having double support. Thor and Odin has similar and perhaps better damage on some situations, but in the same time Star-Lord getting double support, so he is the only one that you can utilize like that on ABL, and he is the top ABL character for one specific day, and that gives him the vibe of being meta. Other than that, he is a glass cannon as a tier 3 level 80. He can do a lot of damage, but he can die really fast. His tier 4 is a must have, his artifact is not a must have. You can have him without the artifact, and the best CTP to use with him if you want for ABL and ABX, you have to go through a Rage or a Mighty Rage or Brilliant Rage. If you want him for all other World Boss Legend, I would go for a Mighty Energy or a Mighty Destruction because he can be really proc friendly. Proccing on his 4th skill, it's really easy peasy. So let's go to number 3. For number 3, we have Cable, and Nathaniel Richards came into the game and he is top tier. He can do miracles for my account even at level 80. His artifact is not necessarily something you need, but this thing increasing his damage 100%. I wouldn't suggest you to go through this artifact compared to other, there's others being more important, but still, this artifact gonna help you go through the stages of World Boss Legend even at level 80. He can do miracles with a Brilliant or a Mighty Destruction or a Brilliant or Mighty Energy, but in the same time, if you wanna get the maximum value out of him, where he signs, it's ABL, Mutant Blast Hero Day. He is outscoring Professor X for a bit, but still, he is better than Storm for this stage also, and the fact that he just came into the game gives me the vibes that he's gonna stay for a long time, and he has like super cool tags for World Boss Legend also. As you can see, he's Weapon Master, he has Leadership, he has Machine, and Mutant Male Superhero. It's something that there is not all over the place. You need to you need to search good to find this type of characters, and Cable, he is really hard to play, but still, if you manage to master his rotation, he can do miracles for everyone actually. So let's see the top 2. At the second place of the list, I'm putting Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock, it's completely destroying meta for PvP long time. He is the number 1 PvP character, and the fact that he came and he is not he is always there. He's always at the Overworld battle, he's always in Timeline battle, Alliance Tournament, Alliance Conquest. There is the team with Adam Warlock that can rip you off, and he is really strong. The fact that his second skill removes the immortality from Wolverines and Carnages and all these other characters, this remove all debuffs, destroying enemies all day long. He's completely number 1 for PvP, but the fact that he doesn't have a lot of useful tags and he's creature instead of being alien or something else doesn't give him a lot of space to go and evolve into PvE. He's really strong for PvE too, and you can use him with a Mighty Energy and get the both goals, PvE and PvP. But in my opinion, a Mighty Grid or Brilliant Grid is the best choice for him because he doesn't really need the defensive part. He really needs something to one-shot the enemies. That's why Energy is an option. Mighty Energy actually is an option for him, and use him for PvE and PvP. I'm using Mighty Grid, but yes, you can use a lot of CTPs with him. He is really strong, and I'm not seeing anytime soon that he's going to be replaced. His artifact is not a must-have. I mean, he can work without because the revive is not combined, it's not on his artifact. In his artifact, there is a heal that provides you more survivability, but still, if you manage to play on manual and proper, you don't really need it. You can avoid, getting hit and do your second skill and kill anyone even without the artifact. So yeah, he is for sure the number 2 on this list, but he is the number 1 on PvP. Whatever character you're gonna put in front of him, he can one-shot him or two-shot him. He's really strong. So now let's go to the absolute number 1. The absolute number 1 is no other than Magneto, and the only thing that it's really annoying is that his uniform, it's a paywall uniform that you can get on Christmas, so it's like 3 months from now, get ready. because Magneto is the #1 DPS in the game for blast types. Villain or hero, male, blast, ABX, ABL. He's the only character competing Luna Snow and Jean Grey damage wise with a brilliant raid. You don't actually need his artifact, it's completely unnecessary, but in the same time, if you have it, and generally if you build him in the high level, he can out DPS a lot of characters. You know, he is really strong and he don't have a lot of tags, but in the same time, villain, blast is some tags that there's not a lot of characters having in this game. And Magneto, it's the only one who can actually cap ABL and ABX from all the mutants. Basically, no, all the mutants, because there is Jean Grey, yes, but yeah, see, he's so good, Jean Grey and Luna Snow vibe, you know, he's hella strong, and I would suggest you go for him 100%. I don't suggest you to go for him if you miss his uniform, but if you want to get ready in front of time, you know, Jean Grey Epic Quest, it's still the #1 in my opinion, cause providing you Magneto and Jean Grey, which is two of the best DPS in the game for ABL and ABX, but also for World Boss Legend. Magneto, I found myself using him a lot for World Boss Legend high stages, stage 60 of Gore. There's multiple stages that you can use him, and he is really strong. His rotation is really easy, but the fact there is only one CTP that you can use and get the maximum value out of him, and that's Brilliant Raids, Mighty Raids, or a normal Raids. All other CTPs gonna be annoying to play. You have to proc on his 5th skill, you're losing some damage, so yes, don't think about going for other CTP in my opinion. CTP of Raids is the best for him, and I would go for it. So that was it, the top 10 blast types, and it was really easy because it was already 9 tier 4s, you know, we have go into 30 tier 4s in total, and 9 of them are blast types. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I helped you decide what to build next, gives you the options, gives you the thinking, the vibe of thinking, you know, that's all I want to do, and this is only my personal opinion. Don't listen to me. If you like something else, if you want to look other videos, you know, tell me down below in your opinion and in the comments. And yes, that was it. I hope you enjoyed my top 10 blast types. See you into the next. Kisses in your faces.